Hey everyone, and welcome to another video, New York Mets franchise mode, episode 14. After episode 13 was pretty interesting considering that I was cruising and then all of a sudden that sixth inning happened and I blew it and I just had the game get tied up at 4 and I had to win it late, which of course you didn't see since the 60 minutes ran out on the recording and I couldn't get the other half of the video and share factory and all that stuff. So sorry about that. I try my best to keep both videos and record them because these videos go over 60 minutes. They just take so long because it's just so draining and trying to take as many pitches as I can and make the right decisions and hitters fouling off pitch after pitch. So it does become pretty difficult to make these games as quick as possible. Then I try to, cut them up the best I can to make it enjoyable for all of us. So it definitely has been tricky, and so is this part of the schedule because just like I have to give some of these players days off because it's just like we have these 13 games in a row. So, I mean, you're not going to be rested the whole time. So, I mean, these are the kind of things that are going to happen that, we have to be ready for. And the thing is that with the way baseball looks like it's going to head with this whole idea of the Arizona season, I mean, this is something that isn't really going to happen. At least I don't think so, where you would have 13 games in a row. I mean, we'll see. We have no idea how they're going to manage the scheduling of all these teams. But if they do go through with these double headers of the 7 innings in Arizona, I just think that you're going to have to rest players. So you kind of are going to run into this. And it's definitely a tough thing for a manager, knowing like when to rest players, when to sit players, and then who to call up and who to play. Because the thing is that like, okay, well, a guy needs a day off, but what position does that player play, and what players do you have on the bench that can play that position? Because sometimes it's very hard that like I have to sit somebody like Michael Conforto today, who has been playing a good right field for me, and he's also been swinging a really good bat for me. So I need someone that can replace him offensively and defensively. And with the way the Mets bench is, I don't really have the ability to do that. As I'm first pitch swinging with Jeff McNeil, I get good timing, but I'm popping it right up, so we're off to a routine start. What are you going to do there? But still, always something difficult for a manager. And I'm curious to see how Luis Rojas would navigate those kind of situations, whether it is a bunch of games in a row or having double headers. It's going to be interesting to see because this is our first time getting a look at what Luis Rojas is going to be like as an MLB manager. I mean, we know he has coaching experience, but we never really saw it on a day-to-day basis during a major league season. So I think that's definitely going to be fascinating. Very interesting that we're going up against Eric Lauer in this one. Again, the Milwaukee Brewers, the starting rotation doesn't necessarily have a bunch of all-stars, a bunch of household name guys. But you know what? These less-known pitchers have been tougher for me as most part. As I met Rosario drives on deep left field. Perfect, out of here. Goodbye. Quick home run right there. 106 mile-per-hour exit velocity. That thing got out so fast. So definitely nice for Ahmed Rosario, who is batting high in the lineup today because the left-hander is on the mound, and the Mets did that last season, and maybe they'll do it again this season. We'll see again what Rojas decides to do. We really don't know. But the thing is that like I gotta try to take advantage of these lesser known pitchers because they don't have the craziest ratings in the world, but they've given me a lot of trouble. I mean, we've seen it when I play the Washington Nationals and I do well against a Strasburg or a Scherzer or a Patrick Corbin. Then they bring in their relievers and all of a sudden I can't make anything happen. Or I'm going against the Houston Astros and I do really well against Zach Greinke, and then Armentos and Valdez just completely lock me down. So really got to try to not let that happen as much and just, be a better all-around player so it makes for better videos for all of us and I don't cry and complain and we could just win some games and be a good New York Metropolitan team. One of the other things I will say about the MLB season and navigating all these guys, whether it's days off and the bench, of course another good chopped. But the thing for me that I want to know is when can I have Yoenis Cespedes return to the field? I really don't know what date to do that, because as I said before, they never really had a date in mind that they were saying, okay, well, this is the target date that Yoenis Cespedes is going to be activated and be able to hit. But then this is also going to be the day where Yoenis Cespedes is able to play the field because those are two completely different things. We know that in the SNY Mets, he's been able to DH, but I don't know if he's been able to play the field because I haven't really watched the SNY Mets that closely. I mean, I'll check in every now and then. I'm so focused on what I'm doing with this and just in general, so it's been kind of difficult for me. But if you guys have been keeping up with that, please let me know if they have indeed brought him back to the field. And if they have not, now we have good week. So we had good popped up, we had good chopped, and we had good week. But the thing is that, like, when should I bring him back? That's what I want to know. Do you guys want to see him back now? Maybe another week or two? Let me know and I'll do it, you know, because this is about what we want to see and what we want to do and what makes for a better video for all of us. So whenever we could bring Cespedes back, I'm all for it. But we have Rick Porcello on the mound. He's actually been my most reliable pitcher so far because he's been a guy that cannot give up too many runs, and he actually goes pretty deep into ball games. Not if he's serving up leadoff extra base hits to Lorenzo Cain, but normally Rick Porcello has actually been able to go pretty deep into games for me, which has been very important to rest the bullpen, considering the struggles I've had of getting my starting pitchers deep into games with the way hitters just continue to fight me off pitch after pitch and make every at-bat so difficult. And it's just like, well, if Michael Wacha doesn't go deep into games and I can't go deep with DeGrom or Matz, it's just like somebody has got to get it done. And Rick Porcello has been that guy, because the thing is that, first of all, we don't want the Mets bullpen to pitch too much because we know it is not great. And then the other thing is just like the bullpen needs to be rested, because it's like if I'm using up all these guys, since my other starting pitchers aren't going deep into games, it's like I have nobody to turn to. And, you know, if they lose their effectiveness and they become at the risk for injury. So I think that's also something important to keep in mind. No matter where the MLB season takes place, who's there, who they play, like that's something that still is going to be important, you know, especially if there's double headers and whatnot. Like, always managing the bullpen is it's probably the hardest thing for a manager to do in my mind. Getting Christian Yelich out is also a difficult thing to do. I'm trying my best here. 1-2 from Porcello, leaves a hanging curveball, fouled off. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why I have to go to the bullpen early, because just like they fight off pitch after pitch after pitch, then he lays off. Oh my goodness. 2-2 from Porcello. Oh, that one's ripped through the whole base hit, and just like that, we are tied up, and Jeff McNeil can't pick up the ball. What a surprise, and Christian Yelich will move into scoring position. That time, it was not my fault. That was Jeff McNeil's fault. He flat out dropped that ball, so wasn't me. Normally it is. Normally I keep messing up in the field and can't get things right, but not this time. 2-2 from Porcello. That one's ripped for a base hit into right field, and McNeil can't get to that one as well. And that's going to be an RB. Why is he... Maybe McNeil's afraid of the germs on the baseball and doesn't want to pick it up. What is going on here? He will not pick up the ball.
The left fielder.
And there's a ground ball, and of course, because of all the garbage going on in the field, that's an out. I mean, golly, everyone should have not scored. There's no way that guy should have been at third base. And Yelich shouldn't have been at second base either. McNeil gets a curveball right down the middle. Good timing, and it's a double play. Oh my gosh. And of course, Rick Porcello couldn't get the bunt down. It's just like he popped it right to first base. It's just... all I can do is breathe, man. I don't know. This is a very, very rough game. You know what just came to mind for me, guys? I don't know if you guys probably don't remember this, but I do. I remember there was a game the Mets had. It was in Milwaukee, actually. You know, that's why I thought of it. Can I get a little infield single Jeff McNeil here? I can! All right, safe. All right, let's get this thing started. Let's get back in this game right now. So, the Mets had a game in Milwaukee. I want to say it was 2006. I'm pretty sure that's when it was. And the Mets, they had a game against the Milwaukee Brewers on SNY and everything. And for some reason, where a kid was sitting, it was very close to SNY's camera. So I guess it was able to like pick up their microphones or something. But what would happen is during the game, the kid was just like, strike one, strike two, like the whole game. It was like, I mean, at first it was kind of funny, you know. Then it was kind of annoying, honestly, because that's all we heard. And I remember like Gary and I think Ronnie was broadcasting, and they were kind of like making little remarks to it and noticing it a little bit. But still, I think the SNY guys, they had to move over a little bit, because then it kind of stopped and I didn't really hear it. Then all of a sudden, later on in the game, you kind of heard it again. Then the kid would be like, ball or whatever. And I think the Brewers were doing pretty well. But then all of a sudden, like, the Mets won, and you could hear the kid, like, complaining. And I remember his favorite player was Ricky Weeks, who was on the Brewers at the time. And I don't know, for some reason, that's just something I will never forget, because it's something I never saw or heard happen again. You know what I mean? So whenever I think of the Brewers and just Miller Park in general and the Mets, I just think of that. I just thought that was really funny and just very unique. So I don't know if you guys remember that. If you do, let me know. You can tweet at me or comment. But I remember that. Do you remember what that time when Pete Alonso got a fastball right down the middle and just flied out to right field, and where I could have tied the game by just get an easy fly out? Oh yeah, because that happens all the time. Never mind. That's so annoying, guys. I can't stand that. I'm trying not to lose my mind. I'm like trying to win here. I'm very competitive, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? I get a pitch to swing at, you know, I put good wood on it, get good timing, no fly out. It's tough. Robbie Cano through the hole, base hit. I'm going to stop at second, but we got a couple of base runners on. By the way, the pitcher came out while I was telling my whole story, which I did not make up at all, guys. Trust me, I am not that... I mean, I don't want to sell myself short. I'm supposed to be a writer, but I did not make that story up. You could ask my parents. At least I know my mom remembers it. But, yeah, I remember we were watching that game, and I was just like, what is going on with this kid? It was funny. Oh, JD drives one, right center, it falls. Oh, Robbie Cano with that 12 speed, I don't care, I'm sending your carcass. Get moving, let's go, Robbie, roll, I'm going to third with JD, I don't care, I got the runs, I don't care. You know what, it was worth it because I tied the game. I did not want to take that risk at home plate. I was hoping they'd throw home and I'd be able to sneak it at third, but it's okay. We tied up the game. We are back in it courtesy of a big 2-run double, I guess, from JD Davis. That was huge. Oh, man, good thing Robbie Cano was able to get around, because that 12 speed is not great. And JD's 37 speed, I mean, JD's not a, you know, speedy guy, but still, he's faster than that. Come on now. Show JD some love, MLB.
No, that's down.
Ah! No, I don't want to just give them the lead right back. Who's up? Yelich? I swear, Yelich is like always up. He's like Trey Turner. He's like always up every inning, it feels like. Darn, I really got... I can't have Justin Wilson work 3 days in a row, but he's been so good for me lately. I don't know who to go to. Like, I have no clue. I wish I could sound like I'm smart. No, I have no clue who to go to. It's just the 6th inning. Nobody out. I would like to go to Wilson, but I feel bad making him work 3 days in a row. It just doesn't feel realistic. So I guess Familia and Gazelman, I don't know. It's still so early, but I don't want to. And the thing is, Porcello is starting to get a little tired, and I don't want to let the game get out of hand. I want to keep it right where it is, because now I have a chance, now that it's tied. You just have to be super careful with Yelich here. 0-2 from Porcello. On the ground. I'm going to try to turn 2. Robbie gets 1. Rosario. Safe at first, but at least we got 1. Got the lead runner. They can do the same pitcher 3 days now, so will I. Because I've seen this Alex Claudio way too much with his slow 76-mile curveball. I mean, whatever, slider, change. I don't know what he's throwing. I cannot touch it. I have not touched this guy for 3 days. And Marisnik is not going to change that, missing sinkers right down the middle with good timing. Sinker right down the middle with good timing. I didn't even put it in play. I can't even make contact on a pitch right down the middle with good timing. Someone needs to explain this to me. Someone who knows more than I do about MLB The Show, because that's insane. It's right down the middle. I had good time. I didn't even touch. Like, it's one thing if I chop it or get weak contact or whatever, but the fact that I couldn't even put the ball in play, that's such a joke. I'll take my little bloop when I can get it, though. All right, so who are we going to here? I think you know who. Now is the time. Why not? Let's try to win this game right now. Let's go to Cespedes. Oh, they didn't like this. They didn't expect this one. They want to use the same pitcher 3 days in a row. Look where I got for you. Let's get him. Come on now. You have to give me a pitcher I like. Ball 4. He walks. Yo, it is Cespedes. Good pinch hit walk. I like that. Base is loaded. 1 out. Jeff McNeil at the plate. Let's make it happen. Woo! That slider, it's so slow. I don't like it. I think it's annoying. Let's get this guy already. Nope. McNeil, I got jammed. Oh no! Hung that one. Can he make it with 4 speed? They're sending him. Let's gun him down right now. Get him, Alonso. Throw it. Get him. Let's go. Got him at the plate. That's what I'm talking about right there. Good fielding fundamentals. Marisnik to the cutoff man. Alonso to the catcher. Tag on the runner. You're out. Let's go win this game. I hope. I'll try. I struck out 3 pitches with Alonso. Nice job by me. Wow. That was great. Oh, look at that. My timing was good. I didn't put the ball in play. Oh, wow. That's not the first time it happened today. That stuff just drives me nuts. And this is Alonso. We're not talking about a bad. We're talking about Pete Alonso here. And good timing. He came and put the ball in play. Are you serious? I probably would have hit it to a double play anyway, but still.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Good timing. Oh, I didn't put the ball in play. Oh, wow. See you tomorrow. No, that ain't a strike. Come on. Oh, if I could go in there and argue with Rojas, I would. Look at this. Look at that. It's below my knees. That's not a strike. That's ridiculous. How can I win in this game? If I swing, it's good timing, but I can't even put it in play. If I don't swing, they call a ball a strike. Oh, what is this? JD charged him out. Go beat him up. Ah, come on, JD. Oh, Ramos, please, no. Are you serious? Good, good. Right in his glove. Fastball right down the middle. I'm going to cry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cry. Oh, man.
For the Brewers, the second baseman, Perez. Go.
Only because they made me mad, I'm going to Wilson. Not only because I'm really angry right now.
Number 38. No one, no strike.
And because I don't trust Familia one bit.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I didn't know that's you, Jerry's. I didn't know you're left-handed now, and now you can't throw strikes again. What is this? Golly, I brought in Wilson so I could throw some strikes. I mean, if I wanted this to happen, I could have just brought in Familia and saved you, Justin. You could have just said so. Oh! I'm sorry, but this umpire is like... Oh my God. Wow. Wow. 3-2, that one's hit. Cano, Rosario, Alonso, double play. All right, 8th inning over. Oh, no. All right, well, here we go, 9th inning. We're going up against Josh Hader. He has a 0.00 ERA. This is not a favorable matchup for me one bit. So I'm going to have to start doing some pinch hitting and whatnot. I guess... I don't know. I guess since he's a left... I mean... Because my thing is, I'm debating what I'm trying to decide here is, do I pinch hit for Dom or do I pinch it for Marisnik? Because I don't have to pinch hit for Wilson. But the thing is that, like, the guys I want to go to are Nimmo and Conforto. And everybody here is a lefty, pretty much, except Marisnik. So that's why I'm thinking of keeping him. I'm just looking at Nimmo stats. He's a little better, but I just have... I'm better with their swings. That's the thing. So, I guess... God, I'm gonna pinch it for Dom so I could rage at Marisnik. That's my thinking. Okay, let's do it, Nemo.
Your attention, please.
Oh my God, not Josh Hader.
Number 9, Brandon.
See if I could do better than the real Mets did against this guy. I talked about it in the first video, but I mean, they cannot touch this guy, and that was a huge problem for their heads. that was a big problem with their head-to-head matchups. Oh my God, this guy is tough. You see these sliders, lefty on lefty. I mean, the way it's going all the way across the strike zone, I don't even see it. Fastball right down the middle. Good timing. Okay result. Fly out. Woo! I'll tell you what, man. This is the unlucky game. It really is. First of all, I had a freaking, I don't even know what's it called, what I did in right field in the first inning. That was just straight, like, foolishness. As Marisnik lines one right field, back goes Yelich, back and what's out of here? Jake Marisnik ties the game in the 9th inning against Josh Hader. Oh my God! I literally jumped out of my seat and everything. Holy moly, Jake Marisnik goes yard. We are tied in the 9th inning. So how about that? The guy who could solve the... Oh, look at Kurt Counsell. He can't believe it. Neither can I. The guy who could actually get a hit off Josh Hader is Jake Marisnik to tie the game and keep us alive. I can't believe this. And what's funny is that I purposely left Marisnik in so that when he messes up, not even if, when he messes up, I could get mad at him. But now all of a sudden, I'm very happy. Wow, how about that? That was crazy. All right, let's win it then. Oh, he plunks Jeff McNeil. Why don't we throw him out? Why don't we charge them out? That's the second guy they hit. Come on now. Come on, umpire, throw him out, please. All right, I got to see what I want to do with the bullpen now. Oh, I have no clue. I'm thinking... I don't know. The thing is, between Betances and Familia, it's such a toss-up. Like, they both stink, honestly. Neither one of them could find the strike zone. But I'm thinking maybe Betances this inning, then Diaz in the 10th, Familia in the 11th, Brock in the 12th. You know what I mean? Like, if it goes that far. So, we'll see. Unless Rosario could drive one. Deep left center field. Back goes Lorenzo Cain. It's out of here. 2-run shot at Rosario. We take the lead. Oh, man. All of a sudden, the unlucky game is becoming pretty lucky. Oh, man, Rosario puts us out in front, and he is hype. He just hurt that third base coach's hand. Did you see that? That was a hard high five. That hurt my hand. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at Rosario is pumped up. McNeil is pumped up. I'm pumped up. Kurt Counsell is not pumped up. That is crazy. Wow, here I was just saying, like, you know, what I was thinking when this game goes to extra innings. I just had no hope. I had no hope that Marisnik was going to hit the game-tie home run. I had no hope that Rosario was going to hit the go-ahead home run. So now I get to go to the closer, and I'm going to let Diaz close it out. Honestly, I mean... Oh, they're pulling Josh Hader, so there you go with that. But the thing is that Diaz has actually been kind of good for me this year. You know what I mean? Like, he's gotten the job done. I know we're all mad at him for how bad he was in real life, with all the games he blew and how he pretty much cost the Mets a playoff spot. But in the video game, he's been good for me. And I just think that in real life, the Mets are going to give him another chance, especially in the beginning of the season. They're going to be like, you know what? Why not? You know, like, we'll give him a second shot, because the thing is, with everything the Mets gave up to get this guy, like, if they do want to be a good team and actually be a winning team, they really do need Edwin Diaz to perform. So I would understand why, at least if in the beginning of the season, they give him a chance. If he doesn't do good, then maybe they'll have to turn to Lugo, or if hopefully Betances is good, maybe he would become the closer. But for me right now, Diaz is going to have to be the guy. So let's make it happen. Let's close this game out and win it. You know, gave Ahmed Rosario the opportunity to... I don't know if you guys saw that, but did you just see where McNeil was standing and where the ball was on the ground? He was so far behind it, I was convinced he was going to drop it. Especially just the way everything always goes with this. But still, just the fact that he got hit, and all of a sudden Rosario gets an opportunity and puts us ahead. Like, the two most unlikely guys, other than, well, I pinch hit for Dom Smith. So, like, the two most unlikely guys to really save the day were the guys that got it done. Sometimes it works like that. Baseball is so tricky. That's one of the things you like about it, is that there's no clock, and every now and then J.D. Davis could make a great play to throw out Justin Smoke. 2 out. I know he has 2 speed, but here's J.D. Not exactly the best third baseman. Pretty much playing shortstop the way that shift is going. On the backhand, on the move. Nice scoop by Big Pete. 2 out, and the Brewers are down to their final out. 2-2 from Diaz, up to their last strike. Oh, that one's driven deep left center field. Can Marisnik be the hero again? No, it's out of here. Oh, man, I accidentally hung one. Ah, darn it. Well, that's a typical Diaz. You know, hangs one right over the plate and boom, goodbye, home run. You know, it's not like you get another chance. It's just, nope, home run. It's not like it's a base hit or a walk. It's home run. All right, well, once again, the Brewers are down to their final strike. Let's see if we can put him away this time. The pitch from Diaz. Ah! Lays off. All right, no problem. 1-2 from Diaz. He does not want to finish this game off. Come on now. 2-2 from Diaz. All right. Well, here we go. The 3-2 from Diaz. Ball 4. Okay, umpire, don't give me a call and don't throw a strike. No problem. Or if I blow this one, I don't know. That was hit, popped up. Alonso coming over, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Put it in the books. The New York Mets win 6-5 in a crazy, unexpected game. Oh, Robinson Cano doesn't want to give Rosario the high five. Rosario's like, all right, forgetting you, man. Oh, that was a good one. Usually they do a little handshake when the game is over, but that time Cano was not having any of it. He did not want to get burned with how hot Ahmed Rosario's bat is, hitting 2 home runs in this game. Never thought I'd be praising him for a victory, but you know what? That definitely was a crazy game. I was not expecting to win, I have to be honest with you, especially with the way the first inning went, being down 3-1. I really made so many mistakes in right field. I was having a tough time just picking up the ball and getting to it and just playing the game, you know what I mean? But then finally we get it tied up. Then literally, you look at the score, in the 6th inning, we get 2 runs to tie it back up. Within the bottom half of the inning, we already lost our lead. So it was just like, wow, that was short-lived, you know what I mean? And then in the 9th inning, you looked like, you know, we were down. We had Brandon Nimmo get out. It's like, all right, it's up to Marisnik, and he ties the game. And then we had a good opportunity. We had Conforto do nothing. McNeil, I wasn't doing so good. Gets hit with the pitch. Rosario comes up, hits the go-ahead homer, and we win this game. Holy moly. But hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, let me know by pressing that like button. Comment what you think about, you know, just everything going on with the baseball in the Arizona and the Mets and the Brewers, and the story I told about the kid that liked Ricky Weeks and was talking during the entire SNY broadcast. But until the next one, be smart, be safe, be healthy, and